What's going on, guys? So this video is pretty just straightforward, just literally like a reality check on like appointment setting, like what it is, how you can even make 3-4 grand a month, right? Because for some people it's like impossible, right? Or for some people it's like super possible. You see the next guy, on TikTok or Instagram, they make like their first 6 grand a month, and it's like, oh cool, why can I do that, right? And then you end up trying it out, and then it doesn't work for the first 30 days. And you see that one guy made like 30 grand a month in his like closing job, or maybe in like a drop shipping store or something along those lines. So like, I'm not saying I'm going to debunk all of that. I'm just going to be like, hey, this is my experience, right? This is exactly what's going to look like for you for the next at least 6 to 12 months, right? What's it going to look like, and like what I had to generally go through to get to where I was, to become like a top setter and to actually like make the income, right? Because at least there's so much fluff, in the market, which is like, can I make the money or not? That's what most people are asking, right? Like, is the opportunity there or not? Do I have to join a program or not, right? Or do I have to like what do I have to do to like make this work, right? Do I have to pay $10,000 for a program to like actually get like the training? There's a lot of questions out there that I kind of want to debunk, but in this video I'm just going to go through a quick like reality check on like how it actually is going to work out for you guys, and then what to expect, right? And what it actually takes to actually do it. So if you look over here, guys, reality check, right? It usually comes down to like 3 things, right? So very cliche, but relentless mindset, right? Just literally just having a relentless mindset, being, hey, cool. When failure does come about, this also gets to my second point, is that like people tend, or at least most setters, they fail within their first 30 days because they just give up, or they get like shiny object syndrome, which just happens to at least majority of them that I found out, or they'll just go ghost, right? Because they don't see the money in it early enough that they'll actually they'll just quit, right? That's where most people fail. So you have to have that relentless mindset and have a reasoning behind to why you want to get to where you want to be. Because if you don't, you'll never get anywhere in life. Even if you make like an e-commerce store, right? You're gonna end up, you need a why to actually get there. Because if you don't, when the first roadblock comes in, you're just gonna be like, damn, like I don't want to do this. So like, if we check this chart below, right? This is probably the most important part, is that, okay, cool. For most people, what they say is like, hey, I want to make at least 10 grand a month, right? I'm willing to do whatever it takes. Like, just give me the vehicle and like, let's just get going, right? That's how most people start off, right? Which is amazing. That's how I started off. Everyone wants to make their own money, blah, 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 whatever. Now, when you start setting, right? You're doing a whole outbound setting, messaging here, messaging there, right? It's just a lot of work, right? Just like up front, because you're going through trainings, you're trying to understand what's the best thing to do. You're not the top setter at this point. You're just trying to like be average at this point, right? And it's a lot of work. I'll be quite honest with you. I was on a B2B offer. It's very transactional. It's not really emotional type of setting. So like, you're pushing for it, right? Then you make your first commission, right? But it's not enough, right? For me, it was like $1,000 after like a month and a half of work. I only brought in $1,000. Like, that's like, at my job I'm making more, right? At my little retail job I was working. So it's like, you question if it's not even worth it, or you start doubting it, right? And then you get to the reevaluation phase where it's okay, cool. You literally, you ask yourself, do you want to do this? Like, is this even worth it, right? I don't see the money in this. Like, how could people make 5 grand a month with this? Like, it's so much work. Then they give up, right? That's where most people stop. So if you can get past this part, I guarantee you're going to find success, right? Because when I say reevaluation phase, that means like, hey, you actually sit down, like, okay, cool. You look at the chess pieces, like, okay, cool. What's the next move, right? It's like, okay, cool. Let's do this, right? Because now you know what's not working and what's working, right? And if you put one foot in front of the other, you'll find yourself at the next part of the mountain. Better results. You put in more volume. That's why I wrote volume to get stuck earlier, right? Which increases your commissions, right? You start getting paid a little bit more, right? Because you actually put one foot from the other. Now you know, okay, this works better than that, right? And you put in more volume. You systemize your whole routine about when to do that, when to do this, right? And now it's like an actual job for you, right? And obviously, setting might be hard, but so is working your 9 to 5, or so it is working at Dairy Queen. It's all hard. It's like take time. So like, just understand that like either you're trading your time for money, or you're trading your effort for money. And if it's in my opinion, I'd rather trade in my effort, to be honest with you. So like, after that, it's just that quick reality check, which most closers and setters have, where it's like, okay, cool, they made some money. Now I need this to be consistent, and I have to stay hungry, because if I don't stay hungry, I'm gonna get outbeat by everyone else, right? So after the reality check, right, you get checked. It's okay, cool. Like, am I gonna do this? Like, is this gonna be long term? Is this like, am I about to leave my job? Which is exactly when I left my job, right? I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna be consistent. I'm hungry. I'm gonna make the change, Boom, you burn the boat, you move on. Now at that point, you're making good commissions, or at least decent commissions to actually leave your job. For most people, at least for me, right? You get past that 4K a month, right? And you're a company asset. The company needs you, right? Because you're generating them revenue, right? So that gets you into the reevaluation phase again, where it's like, okay, cool. You have limiting beliefs on like, okay, cool. Now, should I move different offers? Should I become a closer, right? And you're trying to understand like what you want to do. You're looking at the puzzle pieces again, or the chess pieces, right? And at that point, you get to the leverage phase, making 5K plus a month. If you're at this phase, you have leverage over the company because you're the money-making machine, right? Because you're booking appointments, you're providing revenue for the business, you're providing the most revenue for the business. So like at that point, you have all the leverage that you have, right? You can ask for better commissions. You could ask to make your own team and train them, because who's better at training them as the person who knows how to make the most money for the business? So like that's how you should look at the business, and that's how you should look at leverage, right? Because now that you know that you're a money-making machine, you could be a money-making machine for company B, or maybe company A, or maybe company C that's like has a bigger team that you could train, or maybe that you could provide value with. Because now you have a valuable skill set, you're a valuable asset, so whatever company ends up bringing you in, they know you're going to make them money, and then you know that they're going to pay you well. So that's pretty much the reality check, what I kind of want to give you guys on. If you guys have any questions based off how I kind of wrote out this chart here, pretty much just put a comment down below. But this is going to, I don't want to say guaranteed, but in 99.99% of the cases, from what I've seen, and like, my experience and like what I've seen out there, especially in my program and, et cetera, everyone usually goes through this path, whether it's setting or closing. So good luck out there, guys, and we'll see you next time.